Leos. I keep saying I'm going to stop growling and I can't stop doing it. Every now and then I'll catch myself, but I love it. I can't help messing with you guys. Y'all are my last sign to do. This is going to be your erotic readings for July. I had a client ask me to give a snippet of what the erotic readings would be because I'm going to add them to my booking page. So I decided to go ahead and do it for all the signs to give y'all a little bit of intro into it. Now, what this is basically it's a little cross between a relationship reading and your sexuality, your sexual preferences, whatever pops in that may have to do with sexual relationships, whether there's problems, issues, or whatever. So even if you're a watcher and you're dealing with a Leo, then it gives you a little insight into what they're going through, what they may like, what they don't like, what is happening within their sex. Now, I'm putting a disclaimer out for everybody. If you get easily offended by the words dick, penis, pussy, vajayjay, vagina, things like that, if it really offends you, please go look at another video. Don't look any further. I'm a Libra. I'm an old Libra, and I'm very blunt, very direct, and sometimes I say things, put things out there with no shame, none. So I can be very inappropriate and say very inappropriate things. If it offends you or traumatizes you, I do not want to. So please do not look at any other part of this video if you get very easily offended. If you're here with me and that's what you like, come on, we're gonna get it started. All right, so let's get it. Leos for July 2018 erotic reading, sexual healing. What is it? What is Snoop Dogg? What is it? Sexual seduction. That used to be my jam too. All right, let me pull it together. So Leos, what's going on with my lions? Now, all these YouTube videos I've been hearing about Leos hooking up with air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, causing all type of havoc in our lives and all this stuff. I haven't met the Leo yet. Have not. Have been really kind of looking forward to it because I was like, if you want to play, we could play. But have not met the Leo yet. So let's see what's going on with the Leos when it comes to that. Are you coming? Are you not coming? What the hell? What's going on, Leos? One more time, Spirit. Leo. Erotic reading. Thank you. Leo. Okay. All right, so you possibly could be coming. Here's your card. Leos. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, fire sign. Definitely admiring somebody. You got your eye on somebody, possibly want to put your hands on somebody, but in a good way. So for some of you, you definitely are feeling somebody. Now here's the deal. You could be feeling somebody that maybe is a little bit lukewarm to you. Maybe they're not exactly giving you the attention that you want. You're a good looking person. You got a six-pack. You got everything going on, but there could be some issues. Trying to figure out what it is, but nevertheless, you got your eye on somebody. Now, some of y'all, you may present yourself as a business person, well put together, you know, very polished, but secretly you're a freak. Some of y'all got some really disturbing kinky things that you want to do in the background. Or either you have a desire to be with somebody that is a little free-spirited. Maybe they don't mind tying you up, spanking you a little bit, you know, cutting you up with the dagger. I wouldn't suggest it on the first date. That may be, you know, third, fourth date before you start pulling out the cutting utensils. But for some of you, I definitely feel like you're out there, or either you're attracted to somebody that is possibly out there. I feel like there's some type of meeting of the minds with somebody that you could be connecting with. Could be a really passionate, hot sexual type of relationship that starts off first, especially coming off of immediate attraction, and that's what I feel like it could be. Now, for some of you, be careful with the alcohol. You might end up drinking too much. You know, it's not your intention to fall into somebody's vajayjay or fall on their dick or whatever it is that happens that night. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, you know, I like doing kinky stuff. This is what I'm into. You might not want to share that on the first date across the table. Even if that is what your repertoire is, I might say get in the room a little bit, kind of pat it a little bit and get, you know, I might be into this. Just I might be. And then slowly see the reaction on the person's face. If they run for the door, then yeah, it's a done deal. Don't go any further, Leo. Especially if you're really into some type of bondage stuff. Don't go any further because you might freak this person out. Some of you are definitely dealing with an air sign. Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Now, this person may come up like they're prim and proper. I don't do that. Because that's our go-to. We'll tell you in a heartbeat, I don't do that. That is not what I do. I don't get dirty. You don't even touch my hair. We're Libras. We're Gemini. We're Aquarius. We don't do that kind of stuff. Yeah. They're going to be right there with you. Right there with you. And you could be dealing with somebody that has some type of voyeurism thing where they like to be watched. Or they may like to take chances where they could be seen. Or they could even like an audience. So the prim and proper exterior may be something, because I feel like you both present that at the beginning and then you get behind closed doors and you realize we're right here. So Leos, if you're dealing with an air sign, you might find a kindred spirit. You really will. Now I see for some of you, you could live somewhere else. You could live in another country. You could live overseas somewhere. And you make a connection with somebody where you feel like, I really enjoyed this. This could have been where you visited a country or visited a state and possibly had a one-night stand that just blew your mind. So for some of you, it may come to that and you can't stop thinking about this person. You felt like, oh, I got what I got. I'm going to go back. And then you get home or whatever and you're like, I'm still thinking about this person. I think I might still want to connect. So for some of you, there's definitely a distance that happens between you where I don't think it's so much emotional distance. I feel like it's a physical distance and there's still an emotional connection. Because I feel like somebody's still going to be thinking about the other person. Yeah, definitely. So there is some type of connection. Now, here's the deal, though. If you are a Leo and you are involved in a relationship with somebody else, and say you went somewhere, you flew somewhere else, went on a business trip, ended up hooking up with some Libra or Gemini or Aquarius person, and ended up having a one-night stand that was really, really freaky, can't stop thinking about the person, it looks like it could cause relationship issues if you're involved with somebody else. Because you may be feeling like, man, first of all, I cheated. Second of all, I cheated and I liked it. And I'm still thinking about the person. So I feel like for some of you, if this is the case, you are married, you are in a relationship, and you have a one-night stand. If you read this before it happens, don't do it. It could mess things up for you. It could mess your relationship up, because I feel like you're going to have quite a connection with a person. Definitely quite a connection with a person. Some of you may actually even work. King of Wands and Ten of Pentacles. Some of you might actually work with this person. You take a business trip with your secretary, with your colleague. Have a couple of drinks. Homegirl is wearing the bustier, got the boobs out. Maybe your package is showing something. Too much stuff is going on at the table. Too much is going on at the happy hour. And next thing you know, this is happening. This is happening. But you're possibly in a relationship. So now, maybe there's a little guilt. Some of you are going to feel guilty. Some of you are not. Some of you are going to try to contact this person and go back for seconds. If you do that, there's a possibility that you may fall deeper into a situation with this person where emotions get involved in it. Definitely, this could be somebody that's screwing their boss, or their boss wants to screw them. And homeboy is hung. Which means that, of course, if he knows how to use it, the sex could be really, really great. If he doesn't know how to use it, he can be taught. But the thing about it is, be really, really clear. If you're dealing with a Leo who is in a position of power, another fire sign like you, or you're dealing with somebody who is an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, who is in a position of power or works with you, you may not want to cross lines with that. Especially if you go on a business trip and you end up having sex and you got to go back to an office and see this person over and over again. Because I see for some of you that there is some type of business that maybe you will do with this person. And this person could actually either be up under you, where you're working in a situation and you got to deal with them. And there's still stuff that's going on. You both of you are trying to look the other way and pretend like it didn't happen, but it did happen. So be careful. Let's see. Yeah, some of you are going to try to move forward but you're still thinking about something from the past. Damn, that person had some good stuff. It was good. It really was. And I don't know. I just got to move on. I got to move on. But now I'm starting to think, I had conversations with this person. Maybe we're sending text messages. And now what I thought was like a one night stand ended up becoming like some little friendship. And now I'm starting to feel for this person. But I have somebody. So there could be some pain. There could be some pain that comes out of it. Whether this is a male or a female, somebody might be left behind crying and heartbroken because they thought that something was supposed to take off, or something that they didn't expect to turn into something deep actually did. Secret relationship. Somebody's hurt behind a secret relationship. So for some of you Leos, some of you could be dealing with somebody who you were involved with, and this happened to you, where they went on a business trip and they ended up hooking up with somebody, having sex with them. They're still trying to communicate with the person, still has feelings for the person. You feel like they're distance away from you because emotionally they're not connected. Or this could have been you. You got involved with somebody that possibly you worked with. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I really realize now that I'm falling for this person, and I didn't think that I would. So for some of you, yeah. And with this being an Empress, some of you need to be careful with pregnancy. Because this woman could feel she could be on your level. Now, this could be your wife, this could be your girlfriend. But there could be a baby that comes in either or. Wouldn't it be a messed up situation if both of them were pregnant at the same time? I mean, you are the Emperor. You are the King of Wands. So, I mean, you're potent. You got some stuff out there. You're an aggressive lover. You're very passionate. But you could end up knocking somebody up. Pop-up baby, something that you didn't expect. So I'm not going to tell you how to cheat, but I'm going to say if you are going to cheat, you might want to use some protection. Need to be doing that anyway. But for some of you, you really need to hear this message. If you don't wear protection, you could end up with a pop-up baby that may not be with your wife. Or you could end up getting your wife pregnant and your girlfriend pregnant at the same time. I feel like with the secret relationship, though, these two people sneaking off, and the Empress, this could be your mistress or your girlfriend that you get pregnant. And then I feel like for some of you, to keep this quiet, you might have to give this woman some gifts. You need to make her happy. Let's talk about this. Let's work this out. Let me do a little something for you so you'll be quiet. Here's a woman that feels like she has money coming in. So for some of you, you may actually even been offering some money. Let me pay your rent. Let me pay your car note. Let me do something. I don't feel like there is a termination of a pregnancy at this point. I feel like somebody is feeling like they need to pay to keep something quiet, keep something secret. Could be a hot mess. Sounds like what is that? The telenovela. What is it? The Spanish channel. Oh my God. My friend is always telling me my readings sound like that. Soap opera for me though. So for some of you, you need to be careful. If you cheat, possibility that could end up causing problems in your relationship, sadness, heartache, one way or the other, somebody's going to be hurt. Whether this is a male that cheats and gets a woman pregnant, or this is a woman who is in a position of being a boss, has an affair with a male co-worker, ends up getting pregnant. Is it his baby? Is it my husband's baby? So for some of y'all, definitely this could be complicated. This could be it could really be complicated. And it could end up really causing a hot freaking mess. I mean, geez. With the Tower card, all kind of shit is falling down because all kind of shit is coming out. Three of Cups celebration, birth announcement. Definitely don't feel like it's a wedding for some of you. I do get for some of you, you are going to make a connection. You're going to leave your partner and you're going to want to marry your mistress or your person that you're with. Very few. For some of you, definitely you're going to mess around there, have an affair, get caught up with somebody that is either married, you're in a situation, and then there's a baby that could possibly pop out, a pregnancy that you got to deal with. Whatever it comes to, it leads to the Tower moment, where it's like things are not working out. How we say in Houston, Texas, Houston, we got a problem. For some of you Leos, be really careful because you may end up having a problem. And if you're married to somebody who's doing this, it's going to come out. if you're doing this, more than likely it looks like the situation affair will be revealed, possibly because of a birth of a child or a pregnancy. Jeez. Leos, y'all always give me such interesting reads all the freaking time. If you're going to be this Fool card and walk away from a relationship, if it's a bad marriage or an unhealthy relationship, walk away from it before you put your penis or your vagina on somebody else, just to maybe save yourself from all this. If you're single, you're free and clear. You ain't got to worry about babies popping up and all that, because nobody's going to be upset. You know, it is what it is. But if you're in relationships or married, yeah, extra babies are problems, especially if they don't belong to the people that are together. So Leos, be careful. Be careful this month, because I do feel like there is a strong connection with an air sign person coming in, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. And some of us can be very difficult in relationships, especially when we want things our way. So Leos, I'm going to say a prayer for you and hope everything turns out in your favor and that this reading is completely obsolete in your life. All right? Bye.